TikTok.
President Donald Trump signed an executive order on Thursday declaring that his plan to sell TikTok's U.S. operations to U.S. and global investors will address the national security requirements in a 2024 law.
Yep. It looks like the deal to sell TikTok is going to go through. And honestly, it leaves more questions than answers since we can never believe a freaking thing that Trump ever says. And today, Grandpa Donnie decided to post on TikTok for the first time since the election last year. And not surprisingly, he got trolled harder than a racist Karen at a block party. So hit subscribe to Really American Media, and let's dissect who he sold it to, and we'll run through some of those comments where people handed him his fat ass.
To all of those young people of TikTok, I saved TikTok, so you owe me big, and now you're looking at me in the Oval Office, and someday one of you are going to be sitting right at this desk, and you're going to be doing a great job also.
Yeah, okay, thanks, Grandpa. I hate to break it to you, but not everyone on TikTok is 12. And it's hilarious that you said one of them is going to be president and do a great job also. Because I hate to break it to you again, but you're doing a terrible job. Unless your goal was to destroy democracy. In that case, you're definitely killing it. Literally.
The new U.S. company will be valued at around $14 billion, Vice President J.D. Vance said, putting a price tag on the popular short video app for the first time.
Yeah, okay, why don't you just say it's worth $1 quadrillion bajillion dollars? And remember, seriously, as with all social media companies, it's only worth anything if we're all on it. If we all leave it, it's worth nothing. And if you ruin TikTok, that's exactly what's going to happen, Donnie.
Vance gave more details on the effort.
The most important thing is that it does protect Americans' data security. It ensures TikTok is still accessible. And on this question of the algorithm, which we've heard this a lot, what this deal ensures is that the American entity and the American investors will actually control the algorithm. We don't want this used as a propaganda tool by any foreign government.
Yeah, we don't want it to be used as a propaganda tool by a foreign government, only by our own, which is a valid concern when you figure out who just bought it.
The Murdoch family, Larry Ellison, these are people who already own significant portions of the media sphere.
Yeah, they do. And whether it's brainwashing your parents on Fox News like the Murdochs have done, or firing Stephen Colbert like the Ellisons have done, we might just be in more trouble than if we just let the Chinese keep owning it.
Larry Ellison, at age 81, is kind of going through this late in life reinvention as a media mogul. I mean, the Ellison family right now owns Paramount. They appear through Oracle to be very involved in the TikTok deal. There's been reporting that Skydance, which is the company of Larry Ellison's son, David, who's on the screen right now, may be even wanting to buy Warner Brothers Discovery, which owns networks such as CNN.
Yeah, well, that's just great. And in case anybody doesn't know who the Murdochs are, can you explain their evil empire?
Yeah, I mean, the Murdochs are a great comparison, right? You have somebody who owns obviously newspapers and television networks around the globe, and the UK and the US. But the Murdochs are maybe a good comparison for what the Ellisons would like to be, which is to kind of have this vast political and media empire.
Yeah, no, we're not screwed at all. I assume the government has some sort of limitations in place to stop a few billionaires from owning everything, right?
This is America. Look, to be serious, there are regulatory limits, obviously, and that's sort of where politics comes into play. The fact that the Ellisons have this close relationship with the Trump administration and with the Trump family helps remove some of those limits, right? If you are an heir to a billionaire fortune, if you're Alex Soros, I don't think you're going to be able to kind of do these kind of media deals, but that's why having a close relationship with the president can be a huge business advantage.
Right. So if you haven't figured it out, selling TikTok to Trump's corrupt media buddies is almost guaranteed to ruin the whole app. So since Trump posted this crazy video today where he talks to us all like we're children, let's go ahead and look at the comments section as we all hail King Trump.
I saved TikTok, so you owe me big.
All right, let's browse through the comments here and see what we find. Now, I was going to say for every time somebody mentions the Epstein files, you should take a shot, but you'll be dead very quickly. So please do not do that. So, All right, let's see what the comments are. First one here, but now Larry Ellison owns it. It's true. Another evil corporate overlord. Don't like that. Let's see. We got some Charlie Kirklove. Oh, here we go. Release the files. There's one. That's enough. Release the Epstein files. That's two. Cool. You got them files ready? See how quickly you would be getting alcohol poisoning. Next one, we won't let it be forgotten. Release the Epstein files. Anything but releasing the Epstein file. I'm picking up on a theme here. All right, there's some love. Best president ever. Oh, this person must be 7 hours old. Maybe that's what that means by 7 hours ago. Let's see here. Trump, best president ever. You need to read a book. You sold it to Larry, though. It's good to see people upset about selling it to Larry Ellison. He is a mega stooge, and he owns way too much. Paramount, that whole debacle, part of that. Let's see what else. God bless the president. That's my president. Yeah, sure. Okay, but we need the Epstein files. Yep. Stop making us change the clocks twice a year. Okay, off topic. We don't want censorship. Yeah, booyah to that. Hello, Mr. Trump. We love you from the Netherlands. Come on, you should know better if you're in Europe. You saved TikTok from what? From who? It's good, yeah. Yes, Trump. Everybody just point and laugh at Trump here. Yeah, that sounds about right. Thanks, best president, with a black heart. I assume they're talking about Obama. You're the man, Trump. Yeah, that's highly speculative. Let's see, what is that? Oh, that's Netanyahu treating Trump like a puppet. Sounds about right. Anything but releasing the files. I'm losing track as to how many people have said that. Trump was the one who started the TikTok ban in the first place. Now there's somebody who knows their news. And now it's owned by the largest contributor of the IDF in history. He did not save TikTok. He ruined it. So you guys owe me something a president should never think. That's fair. Love you bigly, Trump 2028. Somebody who's never read an English book or the Constitution. A few more thank yous. You owe us certain files. Release them. Definitely a trend going on here. Respectfully, good sir, I don't owe you anything. I voted for you, and now you work for me. A few more thank yous here. I love Trump. No accounting for taste. How about this? World's dumbest cult. That sounds about right. Here's a timeline for the Epstein files. More asking for that. Free Palestine. Sure. Release the Epstein files. The boss, Donald Trump. Yeah, okay. I love supporting beginners. Okay. Here's something in Russian. Oh, that must be one of his handlers reaching out to him here on TikTok. Gen Z, you owe him nothing. That's fair. You don't. Here we go. Everyone in the comments, release the files. What is that? Is that Netanyahu bending Trump over? Sounds about right. You owe me peace. You owe me a country that can see my disabled child like an equal. You owe me a country that will be inclusive with diversity. Yeah, that's fair. Let's see. More release the files. Oh, darling. Am I missing something here with all of these love Trump with the black heart? That seems to be a contradiction in term. I don't think he recognizes anything that's black. Now, here's a good one. It's so crazy how almost the entire world loves Trump except for about 1%. Boy, do you have your stats backwards. About 99% of the world is laughing at us right now. All they care about are these files where they already established that Trump ain't in them. No, it's actually been established that he is in them. Now, we don't know if he was doing anything inappropriate with children, but we know for a fact he's in the files. That's been established. What do we owe you, sir? Oh, nothing, just your souls. And here's a good one to end on. Kamala Harris is still better. Get over it. True debt. Oh, sorry, we got to do one more. I owe you nothing. You owe me answers. Why do you refuse to do your job and negotiate? Why do you give partisan speeches to our military? Why do you violate court orders to use troops against Americans? You want a peace prize, but drive wedges in your own country. I'm going to give that guy a peace prize, as in he gave him a piece of his mind. One more. Now you can release the files.
I saved TikTok, so you owe me big.
Well, there you have it. A nice little blend of Cult 47 members praising their dear leader and the rest of us demanding the Epstein files. And we can clearly see that Trump didn't just save TikTok. He just ruined it. And this America is why we can't have nice things. So go ahead and like this video. Comment below with your own thoughts and trolling comments, and get vocal. From the Vocal Minority with Nick and Steve podcast, I'm Steve Harness for Really American Media.